Hello, my friends, and welcome back to the exploits of Monte's Marauders, a pirate faction in the Distant Worlds universe. I just got finished recording about 20 minutes of this, and my system overheated and locked up solid, so that's not a good thing. We're pretty much well on our way to defeat anyways. I didn't get much done. I came over, there's a resupply ship here, I managed to capture that, and that was about all I accomplished. We got this fuel station in here, we got that refueled. And then we proceeded to get overrun by pirates in these two systems, and they completely wiped out these two fleets, and yeah, things are not going well. I think I'm just going to do a quick wrap up here, and we'll get going on something else. Unfortunately, we kind of shot ourselves in the foot with the game setup. We should have made the research like super expensive, or more expensive for sure, instead of normal, because this stuff is way too cheap. 120k. I would like to see that somewhere around the 400 to 500k personally, just to get this first level here. And that would slow down the other empires from breaking out of preWarp. As you can tell, pretty much everybody has done so, and we haven't been able to get any kind of foothold in this galaxy whatsoever. We managed to beat the Yor back by destroying their spaceport, but they're probably going to rebuild it at some point. And this fleet, although the ships aren't overly powerful and have no hyperdrives, we just don't have the numbers. They have the numbers here that they can swarm us, and as we saw in the last episode, we can lose ships doing that. And we can't afford to lose ships in this game because our money sucks huge. And I just don't see a way of getting out of it. And I'd just rather not, waste everybody's time by trying to struggle through this, really. I do have an idea for another series I'm going to get going on as soon as I hang this up. So I'm not going to make this too long. I probably won't even put any advertising on this particular video. We'll just maybe call it a wrap up, and we'll try this again at some point. We'll definitely do something with the game setups. Let's just maybe come up to the main menu here, and we'll just come in here for a sec. Just maybe talk about this a little bit, and we'll come into custom game. Yeah, so we started at normal. I would almost like to slide that over to about here, and give us much more time for the this more affects the empires more than it does us, because we can't really research worth a crap anyways. So making this easier for us just wasn't the idea. That is for sure. And Long Plays did point that out, that he had trouble getting started with the technology here. Why is that at normal? Oh, I was trying a couple of things. We'll get into that later. But yeah, we were at very hard, and we were at chaos here as well. And that was on nearby. So this is kind of our setup, the setup we started with. I think, I'm not sure about that. But anyways, we were at normal, and the pirate strengths were all normal. This was at very hard and chaos. So I would almost next time come in and we'll do very expensive. And I don't know whether we should play with this. It's more of a challenge this way, I guess. But I don't know, maybe we'll do this just to make it a little easier on ourselves. But for the most part, the pirates weren't that bad, other than one or two factions got super huge, super quick. Yeah, one had 74 ships or something like that. So, and maybe on the next screen, maybe bump this up a bit so we have a few more independents around. Something like that, to that effect. So yeah, kind of shot ourselves in the foot with this setup. That wasn't probably the optimal way to start one of these games. So yeah, I'm going to hang it up here, and we won't waste my time or your time, and we'll try this again at some point. But I do have an idea to get another series going right away, so I'm going to hang this up and get going on that. And we'll be recording these at 720p from here on out, I think. The 1080p is just a little too hard. I don't know what's going on with that, but it's really getting on my nerves here. Yeah, I was really worried when it locked up, and then I started getting BIOS beeping and everything, so that was... But yeah, the CPU use... I guess you guys can't see that right now. The CPU usage while recording at 1080p was like pretty much 98, 99%, so... stuff overheated. I don't know whether I need to clean out the heatsink on the processor. I'll look at that before I start up another series. or it was just too much for the game. I don't know. Yeah, it's just things have changed since I recorded last, and we're not doing so well as far as hardware. So I guess we'll bring this to a close, and we'll be doing 720p from here on out until I can figure this stuff out. I'm just looking at my CPU usage recording this right now, and we're running at about 56%, so that's not too bad. Of course, I don't have the game running, so but it's definitely not going to be 99% again. That was just a bit much, I guess. So anyways, oh, no, go away. Just go away. Thank you. Yeah, so I guess we'll just hang this up, and we'll try again at some point. And I will be back probably later today with another episode of something. I definitely got an idea of what to do, so we'll maybe get going on that. And we'll call this one to a close. So it was fun, to a point, I guess. Got overrun, but it was fun. And we'll try it again. So until next time.